All right, everyone. Oops. Let me get this mic a little closer to my mouthpiece here.
So here,
His talking hole.
All right, everyone. Welcome again to Geeklets Game Night presents Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Forgotten Prince. I think I've come up with a name for this episode of The Battle of the Dale. Huh?
I'm for it.
is Adele a person?
Yeah, Dale. This here's the Battle of Dale.
Making sure.
Dale. You know, he lives in Icewind Dale. God, kids. All
I'm
right.
gonna have to drive the General Lee around. I mean,
Woo! Cletus.
I was just gonna say that. I'm gonna say tarnation, Cletus.
Oh, tarnation, Cletus. You see that?
That's what I was thinking of making your rune arm rune bracers. I was gonna make it like Beavis and Butthead and be Cletus and Billy Ray.
Oh my god. Don't do it. Do you have chat up, honey?
It's coming.
Okay.
10 seconds of advertisement.
Hey. So, if you remember where you left off last time, I don't know if anyone does, but we'll have a brief overview. You guys fought what was called a Shade Stalker and met what Eldrazi told you was the leader of the Shadow Dragons, and his name was, does anyone remember?
I see
Ferlinastus.
your folders covering your face.
You can't see me. Here, how about that? You can see my eyeball.
I'm used to that view, Finn.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me give my disclaimer real quick. Again, if you have kids in the room, you might want to make them vacate the room because there's going to be a lot of swearing. Or you can implement the rule of earmuffs, and then you can say whatever you wish, like
Fuck, shit, piss, cock, balls.
Frank, you're abusing this. Okay, so Ferlinastus, who's the leader of the Shadow Dragons, you guys are on your way to find Lavathar, which is the leader of the White Dragons. You were told to go to 10 towns and make haste, and you just recruited Silvertail and the Silvers for Eldrazi. Didn't really have time to share in the glory and be happy or anything, but Eldrazi paid a visit to the tower and all that and said, you know, told you to go to 10 towns, told you about Lavathar and how he's not going to be very nice, like at all. He also told you about the barbarian tribe that brings tribute to him. That's how he gains his massive hoard of treasure. And did he tell you guys what the barbarians were? Did he tell you they were half dragons?
No.
No. Well, now. No, I'm just kidding. Not metagaming.
Guess you'll find out later. You then went to 10 towns. He told you to look for someone named Leatherbottom. And
Yeah, we found him.
And you found Leatherbottom. You found Malik Leatherbottom, who was hiding. And he was a very tiny halfling and young. And he introduced you to his father, which he wasn't supposed to. With all the Shadow Dragons killed all of 10 towns before your arrival. They followed you the whole way there. And as far as you know, they're still there, looking, searching, waiting.
Their dicks, too.
At any moment,
They
it
really
could just
are.
end
They
their
really
life. So Malik took you to his father, which is down under in the ice, underneath all the snow and in the ground,
Turned me into a goat.
in worm tunnels.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He
Frog,
yeah.
Yeah.
When you met him, he polymorphed every one of you like immediately.
He unpolymorphed me first because I was nice.
Right, and he
I was eating his robe.
Yeah, you were a goat.
But
If I could do the like
breath weapon.
screaming thing.
It'd be awesome if you could do your breath weapon as a goat. Holy shit. But Tyr, his father, tells you he knows a path to underneath all the barbarian tribes that leads pretty close to Levathar's lair that no one really knows about. And I believe that's where we left off.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We like them though, and they're kind of cool. They turn us into stuff, but he has a special book, isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
She's gonna steal it.
I want it. I want the book.
I don't think anybody's gonna steal the book. Yeah. So this tunnel here, if we go down this way, it's gonna lead you to the near the dragon's lair. Not a lot of people know about these tunnels. There are still worms down here. They still, roam. Can't really do a lot about them or anything.
They much of a threat, or do
They
they?
can be if they get big. Like the one that made this tunnel,
Yeah.
very big. I don't know what their migration patterns are or anything like that, but I haven't seen one in a while.
Can you turn them into goats?
Thor bouncing off the door.
That better be Thor. We're getting robbed. Our dog is possessed, I think.
I thought you were under attack.
The dog is going crazy. What's wrong with him? Here's our mascot for this evening. He is from Jurassic World.
That was amazing.
Rawr. It's our mascot.
Tristegosaurus. Or Tristегatops. What would you call him?
Stegoceratops.
Stegoceratops?
It's a
Stegoceratops?
very awkward toy. I don't really know what.
His neck comes out.
Yeah, a little bit. Why? That's what he's doing.
To vomit in the baby's mouths.
That's how they feed their babies. Chew up the plants and puke wheatgrass milkshakes into their mouth.
People would pay a lot of money for that shit nowadays if you told them it was healthy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'll chew this up for you.
Yeah.
Free digestion.
Yeah. Mostly digestive food is the best way to eat.
$62. What?
A spittle. Ooh, back to camera. Okay, sorry for the interruption about from the dog and all that, but yeah. So we'll go with you. Me and Malik will walk along with you in case any big worms show up. I should be able to handle them pretty easily.
You turn them into goats and rabbits and.
I can do some things.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for this? Levithar? It's no joke, man. I'm telling you, he's pretty intense, and even more intense than him is his barbarian guardians. They're I don't know what do you know about them?
But they're barbarians, and they bring him presents. That's about it.
Yeah, they were once barbarians, like normal barbarians. Now they're all half dragon barbarians.
Oh, this gets better and
they're
better.
all made from Levithar in the ceremonies. There's a lot of them.
Like 5 a lot or 30 a lot?
Well, like 10,000,
Oh, well, that is a lot bigger than I
if
thought.
not more.
This is just going to be great. It's going to be great.
There's a lot of them.
I'm excited for it.
Now there is still some of the other barbarians, and they really don't like the other guys too much, obviously.
What, were they just chosen outside of, I mean,
Sure, you could say they were chosen,
well,
or they were made. One or the other. Chosen, made. Somebody chose something. Something happened to the rest of them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not necessarily a good thing going on up there. So this path here is going to lead you to what's called the Kelvin Care Mines. It'll lead you right underneath them. And that's about 20 miles away from where you need to be in the sea of moving ice. And then up here, we're going to run in. There'll be a Y in these tunnels. Want to go that way, want to go this way. We got to go with the one on the left. And that'll be right underneath all the barbarian tribes.
Did you hear that?
Left. I'm pretty sure that I said left last time, too.
Pretty sure you said right.
You said right.
I'm pretty sure I was made to say right. Mm-hmm.
I don't make you do anything. I just tell the story. Yeah, so if you guys are ready, now remember, it's going to take some great strength for Levathar to listen to you. Or eat you. One or the other. Let's go. Tyr, get on up there. Wait, that's me. Malik, get on up there. No. Do I have to lead, Dad? Please. Can't this guy lead? And he points at Max. Max kind of looks at him like,
Don't make the kid lead, Max.
get out of the way. I'll lead the fucking party. Where are we going?
To the left.
Straight ahead,
And then to
then
the
to the
left.
left.
Which one is it? To the left or straight ahead?
Straight ahead and then to the left.
All right. So Ulfgar just starts
So how do you impress a white dragon?
trotting off.
I'm following Ulfgar.
I don't know. You're half dragon.
Well, there's most dragons like shiny things.
You're pretty shiny.
Shut up.
Was there. It's good. Yeah, we could give him your shiny totem thing there.
No, that's a terrible idea.
You look angry, sorry.
Don't be
What about your shield? It's shiny.
That's a good idea.
It looks like a key.
It does. I don't know where it goes.
Wait, is it a key?
I think.
What's your shield? You should know, right?
Not yet.
She always like this.
Hey,
Huh?
we're blocking him.
Fairly
Right.
flat.
Mm.
Okay. All right, everybody be quiet now. There are things down here still, need to maintain some kind of stealth. Shit. And he's like screaming this. He's like loud as possible. And Ulfgar's literally just so fucking cold down here. Ah. So
We're
Tia,
gonna die.
well,
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm
for
pretty sure.
yourself, I ain't dying.
We're going to die. We have nothing to offer this dragon.
I don't think you need to offer necessarily anything, but if you can impress him.
With what?
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Levathar chose the leader of his barbarians there, not because he wanted to or he needed a barbarian tribe or anything like that, but he chose him because,
He was
Well,
the strongest.
yeah,
We need to beat the leader of the barbarian.
his name is Bernthar the Frozen.
That's sort of a contradiction.
Well, kind of, yeah, it's funny. He used to be Bernthar the Bold, and he was quite impressive as a barbarian leader. Not necessarily just, but he was impressive. He chose him because he was the strongest. However, I don't think that kind of strength's going to impress Levathar anymore because he's already seen the strongest. I think you need to show him something else, some other kind of impression.
Zip. Oh, wait.
Mm-mm.
Boom! What do you think of that? I wear magnums. And you're dead. Yeah, he, well, he, I don't know.
Ulfgar is probably going to be so pissed.
Ulfgar is like, you can just see Ulfgar is sitting there, dragon, like, oh my god.
I mean, I'll kill him if I have to,
He starts humming like a little shanty to himself.
but I don't think it's going to do.
It's not going to be enough.
Well, maybe not beating the leader of the barbarians, but maybe beating all the barbarians.
How many thousand did you say there?
I don't know. There's a lot. So if you guys can picture, for those who haven't seen Game of Thrones, but the scene where they're at the wildlings and there's just like thousands of them.
Encampment.
Yeah. Kind of like that. Only they're all half dragons. They're all white half dragons. So ice breath abound. And Malik starts explaining. Yeah, it's they're huts. It's really neat. It's they're all ice huts, like not like igloos, but like jagged ice caves things. That's what they live in. It's really pretty. In a sick, twisted kind of way. You know, it's weird, but yeah, there's a lot of them. Roll perception checks.
Roll high tonight, guys.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
low.
picking up fucking 100-sided dice.
Not yet.
Fuck no, son.
What'd you get?
13.
19.
Okay, so
11. I'm sorry. 11.
Right. So
Okay, bad.
I can't math.
Tears telling you guys, you know, like, yeah, that might work. This might work. No one really knows what it's going to take. All Eldrazi told you was a feat of strength of some kind to impress Leviathar enough to get him out and talk to you. And hopefully not just eat you right there. So as you guys are walking down the thing, Tyr tells you, all right, up here, I was about to do Ulfgar there. So up here, we're getting close here. Up here, we're going to take a left real quick. And you kind of see him looking. Hold on now. Hold on.
I saw it.
You guys are looking up there, and at both the Ys, you see it light up. And you hear, this way. And you just... and it's from both directions. And you see Tyr kind of like, nobody knows about these tunnels. No one but me and my son. I have no idea who these are. And then in front of you guys, Frelinastus looks at you and says, goodbye. And then he's gone. And as he disappears, there's just white half-dragon barbarians, full fucking rage rushing right at you guys. And I mean, there's like hundreds of them.
Running away. Not two. Away.
And you see Tyr just
Run away.
start, and he's throwing fireballs down, and it's just, and just crows of them are flying off.
Okay, maybe
And he just looks at you guys and he says, get out of here. Take my son and take care of him now.
I'm picking his son up
And
and running.
his son's like, no.
I'm picking him up and running.
You know, and you see him, his son reaches into a pouch and pulls out these potions and just starts whipping them down the aisle. And they're just blowing up. Barbarians are flying everywhere, but there's just hundreds and hundreds of them. They just keep coming. I mean, there's bodies piling up in this cave. And then you see them all just push out of the way. And you see a barbarian, white half dragon, that's a little bit bigger than everybody else. And it's like, you see him just push the dead bodies out of the way. Tyr throws a fireball. You guys running?
Yeah.
And you hear, take care of my boy. And you see out of his hand, like this huge lightning ball start to form off his hand. And he just, and then you see him point
been
his
hit by
finger.
that shit. I know what happens.
See him point his finger up into the ceiling and just, and nukes it, and everything collapses.
I'm running with I picked him up and I'm
Malik is just in tears, screaming. He's still throwing potions down.
Yeah.
Just everything. And it's like an unlimited supply of these potions are just whipping out.
He's like a baby.
It's done. We have to go.
And you just hear,
I'm running with him. I picked him up.
let me go.
No, we gotta go. We have to go.
And he's hanging on to whatever he can. I mean, you obviously overpower him.
Just running with him.
Ulfgar's going. Like Ulfgar's, oh shit.
If he hadn't done what I thought he was going to do,
Right.
I was going to charge the barbarian.
Yeah.
But I figured, I was like, man, I don't have anything that can collapse a tunnel on anybody.
So
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go. I mean,
you can hear
bought us time.
like basically the entire mines is just collapsing onto itself right now. And
That's real bad. We
It's
gotta keep
making
going.
it's making a big scene. Like if you can think of a mine, it's down under, and it spreads out quite a ways. That whole area is just whatever Tyr just did. Like is on par with Elminster style fireballs.
It might have disrupted the barbarians above it though, because we were below them. Maybe it crashed some of their encampment.
I'm sure it did a lot of damage to a lot of space. And who's to say that was their
So
real
you
leader?
guys
It could
keep
just
running.
be-
Fake.
Yeah.
You guys make it back to the his God, I went limp again. You went back. you guys make it back to where their home was, and Malik's in just utter tears, and he goes from being sad to rage monster.
Yeah.
And he tells you, "Get that bag over there." And there's like a leather satchel there.
I'll grab it.
Okay. He says, "Give it to me now. We gotta go." And as you look back, you can see light coming down the tunnels leading into this hovel. He says, "We gotta go now. They know we're here."
All right, I'm going.
Yeah.
And he shows you back to the magical exit. Pops out of there, and he tells you, and as you guys step out, there is a giant human barbarian. Just
human one.
standing in the room, and he looks over at you, and he's like, and he's got just a huge axe drawn, and he steps back. It's almost like he startled the shit out of him. And he looks at you, and "Who are you?"
I just stopped. I'm put the boy like right here beside me. I'm not letting him get in front of me.
Kratos. That's all I say to him. I step out of the way.
Kratos, what? Who's that behind you? And Malik kind of looks and says, "Oh, Warugrin, it's you."
Okay, I won't hold him back anymore.
He says, "Malik, what happened?" And Malik goes into the story of what just happened and how there's a bunch
I still don't ease up. I'm just staring at him.
Yeah.
And you see the new barbarian, Warugrin. He takes his axe, slams it. It's got a huge spike on the end of it. He just slams it straight into the ice. And he starts to tighten his bracers up. And he says, "Where are they?"
In the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes over to it, and he's trying to open
Oh,
it.
no.
And he can't open it. You can tell he's like
I already did this thing
on
once.
the verge.
I've already tried it once. You're not going to be able to get through the
Were they
magic.
white half dragons?
Yes.
They killed Tyr.
Not before he
Killed
took a
lot
large
of them.
portion of them out. Well, for at least what was in the tunnels. He collapsed most of them.
Come with me. And he just starts walking out. He
Look at
picks up
Yellow.
Malik,
Yeah.
sets him on his shoulder.
Okay,
He
Yellow.
goes,
That should be
both
our
cars just
motto.
sitting there like, what the fucking, let's go back to the south. Jesus.
It's too much. Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
and Max is like just sweating bullets. You know, you guys are all sweating from running.
It's really hot to run around this heavy armor.
You hear in the house,
We gotta go
like they're
quick.
trying to get
Quick,
out.
quick.
Bag, go.
Take a deuce right on it.
Come on up, bitches.
There's a dragon turd for you.
I look over at Max. Nod over towards the big barbarian. I mean, obviously, if we're facing his back as we're leaving.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like 7'6". Like he's big, and I mean like he's big too. Look, he's not like a slim 7'6". He's a huge guy.
7'6".
For just a human, he's abnormally large.
390 pounds.
Yeah.
370.
And Max just nods at you. He goes,
Okay. I trust him.
"He's good."
Trust
He
Max.
tells you, he whispers to you, and he says that is, I can't remember, Warugrin the Valorous.
Oh, I like that.
He is the leader of the good barbarian.
Yours? I'm not going to say it loud. I mean, I'm going to try
Yeah.
and say it under my breath.
And
I don't want to.
Warugrin, he overhears you, and he says, "Don't fear. You can trust me. I mean you all no harm. All I ask is, what are you four adventurers doing in Icewind Dale? And why are there half dragons in the tunnels?"
The second part we cannot answer. We don't know.
They're clearly after you.
We're here for the white. We have a mission.
Levathar,
Mm-hmm.
you wish to rid the Dale of Levathar?
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
What of his barbarian clan?
That was a wrench that was thrown at us.
Bit of a hurdle.
Yeah.
A little bit.
After we set out on our trek.
And he just kind of goes into thought, like thinking, and he's walking. And after,
I've never heard of whites keeping people around for anything other than a food source. So it's as much a surprise to find he has an army.
well, here in the Dale, food is few and far between. So for an ancient dragon such as Levathar, he needs a lot of food and a lot of gatherers. He's grown lazy in his old age. There was a time that he used to roam out of the sea of moving ice and into the tundra to hunt. No longer. He does not need to do this anymore, for he has a clan well over 10,000 of my people corrupted by his evil.
How many are not corrupted?
Enough.
If we are to remove his threat, at least in the immediate or near future, would we be able to rely on you for any assistance with the situation? I fear that with 10,000 half-white dragons that know we're coming, that there's no chance at getting to them. I'm not asking for you to sacrifice your clan in any way, shape, or form. And if you say no, it's fine. But our mission is to pull him away, guide his attention elsewhere.
May I ask how you plan on guiding his attention elsewhere? Levathar has been here for thousands of years. He has made this his permanent roost. How will you change an ancient white dragon's mind?
We have somebody who can probably help with that.
Eldrazi is on our side.
And you kind of see him like, and he doesn't, register it or anything, but he kind of thinks about it like, it sounds familiar. So as you're walking, he stops talking completely. He just goes into, he doesn't answer your question about help. He just goes into like a deep thought, and he's walking. When you're out here on the tundra, it's completely whited out. You can't see shit. But this dude is pretty dead set that we're going the right way, even though you guys can't see nothing. And then in the distance, you can hear, and you hear cheering, and Ulfgar goes, this sounds like a party to me. Can't wait. And Max just kind of does the never understands the levity of the situation like, at all. And then he starts asking Watergren, what kind of drink do you guys got out here? And Watergren looks at him and goes, Master Dwarf, the finest drink you can ever imagine. And you kind of see Ulfgar like, if it's any better than that Revenant's blood, I'll tell you. Whew. And you can kind of see the pep and Wolfgar stuff. Like, all right.
Something made him happy today.
You can see in the distance now, you can see the fire. I mean, there's a huge bonfire going right now.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. Lemon lime. Woo! This stuff is great. Malik is still just destroyed. Like you can tell.
I'm just gonna walk beside him.
I'm not.
I know you're
Flying
not.
behind everyone.
Max actually tells Malik, it's okay. We have all lost someone important to us. I understand you're hurt. And then he asks him, those potions that you throw, how do you make those? And Malik says, it's this belt that my dad made for me. If I think about a potion, it just happens to be in my hand. And he reaches down. There's a green potion in his hand.
That's pretty handy.
And he throws it, and it just starts eating through the ice. Any kind of potion you can imagine, I can create.
Have you heard of a hydrogen bomb?
Takes both hands to pull that out of the pocket. Actually.
So you guys get there, and Orgren looks at you all and says, you are welcome to my tribe. Walk freely and be with us. No one will bring you harm or look at you strange. And if they do, they will answer to me. And as he walks, you see everybody look, and they just start cheering. Orgren! Orgren! I mean, the entire encampment. And you can't tell how big it is because you're walking up to it, but it sounds like there's a shitload of barbarians here.
I don't know if it
And
sounds
they all
good
have
enough.
different, like some have bear pelts, some have like scales from worms. Like there's different clans, but maybe he brought them all together.
How have you managed to gather so many? I've never seen this many barbarians in one place.
Here in the Dale, there was many clans, and we were all our own. Until Levathar did the unthinkable. Creating my father into Bernthar, the Frozen, is something that is unforgivable. We are usually not vengeful, and if our kind dies at war, we are happy. But that is not a way to go. And he tells you the story of how Bernthar went to Levathar just because he wanted more power. He wanted to be better than what he was. And that's what Levathar did to him. Made him into his own, basically, puppet.
Was there any defining features on the bigger one we saw down in the tunnel?
He was just bigger than the other ones.
Okay.
That was definitely not.
Just wanted to make sure that we were.
He was probably like a lieutenant or something.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. Leader of the scouting party.
Dead
Balg.
leader.
Is it Balg? Is that his name?
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I think it is Balg, something like that. Whatever. Basically, that's who that was.
How long has it been since he did that?
40 years ago. And he hasn't stopped amassing barbarians. He catches our hunting parties. He's wiped out many clans and made them into what they are now. And you see, like, he's got a big fucking bell next to him, and he just reaches over. And everybody stands up, and they all start coming towards the center of the camp.
I'll stand back. I don't want to be in any
Please,
sort of way.
Kratos, you all stand next to me.
Okay, I'll walk
All
in.
right.
Malik's standing in front of
Everybody's human. Like all these barbarians
you.
are all
Yes,
human
they're
barbarians.
all human barbarians. And they're all average of about 6'3", except
No, I'm just saying I'm 6'4". So.
Yeah.
Just don't
except
know.
for Ugrin, who is about 7'6". Thanks, Cat. And he says, I must talk to the people. I must tell them what we're going to do. I hope you are prepared.
I think as prepared as you can be to have to handle a white
An
man,
army.
much less.
We will do what we can for you. I hope you have a plan.
I need telepathy. Because we don't got shit.
Yeah, they don't have a plan. It's okay, though.
Hey.
We'll handle it. It's true. Just be honest. Gosh.
To be perfectly honest, the little master is not exactly incorrect. However, if it is of any benefit, if you've ever heard of the Great Silver Tail, we have recruited her to our cause.
You've recruited Silvertail?
Mhm. Right.
You found her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, then we might win this day. And he stands up. He's sitting in his big, throne. It's got antlers and bear skins and scales and all kinds of shit hanging over it. And he tells you, like, I am not the leader of these people, but they turn to me for guidance. They respect me enough to allow me to lead them. Does that make sense?
It is.
I just nod. I agree. That's fine. I'm not.
He takes his axe and when he does that, like you can see like the ice just cracks, like, and it was, I mean, he's a very muscular dude.
He's gonna need to come ice fishing with us.
Yeah. Like, can you drill our holes? Yeah. Thank you. And he says, my people, these adventurers have come here to rid us of Levathar and his barbarous clan. Bernthar the Frozen will die this day, and everybody just you hear horns.
Steve Horn. Please blow your Steve.
Everybody's going bananas, and he raises his hand and he says, I ask all of you to follow me and these young adventurers, Kratos,
Addy.
Malik, Ulfgar, and Max. And Ulfgar's like, yeah. Yeah. And then Max just bows and everybody cheers. Wargrin. And he says, prepare yourselves tonight. We march. And everybody just screams, hollers, takes a big downing of grog and goes off into their huts and starts preparing. Everybody's putting on big pelts, axes, and Wolgren looks at you guys and says, come with me. I must show you something.
Follow.
I follow him.
And he's taking you, and you can hear as he's going into the camp, walk around, and you can start hearing tink, 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 tink. Ah, you fucking bloody fool just messed up. Ding. And Ulfgar's like, what a fucking wolf in here. You just hear, God damn. And you see a sword go flying off, like, what a fucking thing. And Ulfgar's like, who is it? And he just takes off running, right? And you can hear more and more dwarfs. What a fucking God, why do we gotta be out here under our mountains where we belong? All right. As you get up there, you see a contingent of dwarves,
Oh no.
like about 500 of them.
Holy fuck.
And and behind them, you see these great big fucking balls with spikes and just
Oh,
all over the place. I mean,
Those
they're
things.
huge. And Wargren looks at you guys and says, "These are our siege masters. We've always wanted to end this, but we've been waiting for the right cause. And now it is our time." And this dwarf walks up, and he's gray in his beard, old as dirt, and his helmet's cocked, and he's got soot and shit all over his face. Yeah. Wargren, your forges are shit. Wargren laughs and just picks him up. I told you it was going to be difficult, friend. And he just bear hugs him. And you see the door. And Ulfgar just looks at him and says, "Whoa, Ulfrin, it's been a long goddamn time." And Ulfrin looks at him. Ulfgar. And you kind of get the feeling like they might be related. Like this could be his pappy.
Oh, happy dwarf.
"Oh, how the hell you been?" And they get a big hug, and they wrestle around, headbutt each other, do all the stupid shit dwarves do. And he takes him off into the forges, and you see Ulfgar's just starting to hammer. He's like, death. Max is like, right. I'm just gonna go over here. And all the doors, they're just chattering. And there's
Like a
barrels.
sewing circle.
There's barrels of grog. And with these big balls of spikes, I mean, they're huge. Like, big. Or Ugrin looks at you and says, "Obviously, we can't push these. However, the master dwarves here have created a sort of vehicle for these to run on. It is very impressive. Their ingenuity when it comes to engineering things is just amazing."
Is it one of those wagons that flies?
We don't trust it.
There's wagons that fly.
One.
There
And
was
it
one.
crashed.
It doesn't work anymore.
It crashed.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I've never seen
I
it
can't
fly.
say it wasn't impressive because
I know it was. For like,
To be honest, if I saw a flying wagon, I might be too scared and chop it down.
That's basically what happened. Yes, that's essentially yes.
that's pretty much what happened. The button.
You piloted this?
No,
No, we crashed.
no,
it.
somebody did, and they jumped out when we were.
Why would they
crashing.
jump out of something
Well,
that's
because they
flying?
were not that bright.
So there's these big carts, and they got wheels. And like you can see one right now, it's being built. It's up on blocks, essentially. And they're spinning the wheels, and the wheel is just like spinning really good. And you see Malik go over, and he says, excuse me, Master Dwarf. And it's just a random dwarf.
Hey,
What do you want?
be nice to him.
And you see Malik reach down to his pouch, and he pulls out like this black potion, and it looks real thick and gooey. And he says, put this in the wheel. Just trust me. Put it in the wheel." And the dwarf looks at him. "Where did that come from?
Hey, just do it, okay?
Mind your business, lady. Get out of my face."
Don't be mean to him. He's a little kid.
You see him, and he just goes. He smashes it right into the wheel. Just, there. And he spins the wheel, and that thing just. And the dwarf goes, "Oh, you got any more of that?" And Malik just starts. And they do it to all the carts that they have. And there's about 10 of them. And then you see these big, furry, fucking mastodon looking things. And they're. And you see a dwarf over there. "Calm down. Walk it off."
Dwarfs are not
And
known animal
he's
handlers.
a little different. He's got like instead of heavy armor like the other ones, and a shield on their back and a mace and all that, he's got a stick, and he's dressed in leather.
He's a
And
druid.
he's got like, and he just acts like he's got like little tattoos on his neck and stuff. It's really awkward for a dwarf. And he's, calm down, knock it off.
I'm
And
stepping away from it. I ain't never seen something like that.
and Warugan tells you, these are the elephants of the north. These giant creatures have thought to have been extinct for thousands of years, but we found them magically. Because the DM said so. Don't be afraid of them. They're nice. And boom, boom, right on the head. They're very nice.
I'll try one.
And the druid comes over and goes, "Oh, don't be afraid of them. They're quite lovely. They're my pets.
They're very pretty.
You guys look nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You look nice too.
I've never seen a dragon that could turn blue." And you just now notice that
You are blue.
your bottom scales are like whitish bluish on your legs.
How'd that happen?
I pull up a pant leg.
Warugan looks at you and goes, "That's very strange. And I have noticed that your scales are a little different."
He's like a kaleidoscope.
Does it feel different? Like, I mean, do I feel? I know that
roll your wisdom.
Jesus fuck.
Is that a shot?
Yeah.
Don Julio says, nothing.
Jon Snow.
I
Look at that
don't know.
beautiful
We're not
bottle.
playing riffs, so do I know nothing or do I know something?
Well, is it fireball?
Oh, it's hot.
Oh,
it
it
was natural 20.
You know it.
That's amazing.
So here's what's going down tonight. Don't talk there, Al. Don Julio. Shots of tequila tonight. Eating a shot.
No, I thought you got the glasses.
I actually
That's
wanted.
a beautiful bottle.
That's part of why I bought it.
It's really neat.
The other one that they had was like, well, no, I guess it would have cost the same, but it was one of the candy skulls. But it was like, if it had been really intricate, I would have bought it, but it wasn't. So.
Oh, we're classing it up with a glass,
Mm.
not a coffee mug that we usually use. Classy up in this.
It's gotta be good. Never know how many you can be making. You roll a D10. Oh, nice.
See, smell. It's not as repugnant as a lot of other tequilas.
Slam that.
All right.
Okay, so
Oh, my cat.
your totem basically takes over your mind for a second and tells you, I forgot what the fuck. Where were we? I got excited about shots. What was I talking about?
I was starting
Eyes blue.
different colors.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so your
That's
totem
black
tells
totem.
you, much like Eldrazi and the Kiranborn, your scales with this totem will become almost like mirrors to your surroundings. And at will, you can choose to be anything you want in the surrounding. You can make yourself look like a mountain, a tree, other dragon. You can change the scale color at will once you master it. At times it will come and go.
Thor likes a drink.
Apparently Thor likes tequila too. Like, woo!
Come on, child, I'm a man, dude.
And then it shuts off. It's very strange,
Kratos,
Kratos.
you kind of blanked out there a little bit.
I did.
You all right?
Yeah, the totem was speaking to me again.
Oh, that's creepy.
Your totem speaks to you.
At times. I'll pull it out so you can see it.
And he looks at it like, wow, that is a very nice totem.
A gift from Eldrazi himself. Or perhaps blessing might be a better.
It's interesting that it's not in the shape of Tempest. And he pulls out a totem. like it's basically the war god, hand whittled right out of Scrimshaw, baby.
Fucking Scrimshaw.
Fucking Scrimshaw.
Is Malik still giving out the oil, or is he done doing that?
They're done. They're doing it. The doors are all like high fiving him, offering him drinks.
Is there somewhere that he can stay during all this?
Malik yells over at you.
Bitch, I hear you.
I'm going with you. And there's no way you can turn me away.
I don't want to turn you away. I'm just
If I
saying.
stay here, I will find a way. And he pulls out a potion and goes bloop and gone. Right there. Completely gone. You can't even see him.
His dad would have been so mad if he.
And then he
that's
reappears.
True.
His dad is dead.
I know his dad is dead, but he's still processing. His dad died like 10 minutes ago.
I can hear you.
I know you can.
And the reason I speak in such a way is because I personally believe you have every right
I didn't say you didn't have a right. I'm saying there's a grieving
come
process.
to battle.
Max says, you can
Do what you must.
be with me in the back.
A grieving process?
A grieving Not everybody's heartless. Some people have feelings. I know that's really shocking. I cannot.
Feelings.
I know I'm in-
more than
I know I'm in the group of men who hold their feelings
Right.
in,
America. Man.
don't let anything out ever. But
We let a lot out.
Chris Cow, R.I.P. Not that I have a problem with it. Just saying.
Well, Rugren says, I suggest you all prepare yourselves. We march in an hour.
oh,
And the sun's getting lower.
Mhm.
It's getting cold, but you can't tell.
we need to go this place.
The doors are all like huddled to the forge right now. Like,
We're fine. We're warm, right?
and you notice that in the gathering of the barbarians, there was probably about 5,000 of them.
Malik, are you cold? I know I can't see him, but I'm just gonna say it.
I'm fine. He's got like a potion that's glowing
Okay, making sure.
like vibrantly.
It's plutonium. He's
Yeah.
gonna die in 3 months.
But at least
It's
he's
gonna
warm.
be. Oh, he's warm. There's no two ways about it.
Well,
Roll your history check.
oh goody.
Natural 20. Natural 20. Natural 20.
It'll be like a 1. Oh, worse, a 6. 9 total.
So what's your proficiency and all that?
Yeah.
There's ice.
You get a +3. You got a 3?
Yeah, I have
you got
11
a 6?
intelligence.
Wow.
We're as smart as each other.
We're the same smart myth.
So you were thinking about his belt and how he was able to just pop out potions like that, and you don't ever remember reading anything about it. Moving on. So after a little while of
Are you, Mallet, when you produce the potions, are you able to dispense them? Can you produce more than one at a time? Say,
watch. And he has like a whole handful. Just and they're about this big, and they're just little vials. And he says anything he thinks of that can be a compound is he can make. And he opens up his satchel and he pulls out his book and he says, "You see, my dad wrote down all the compounds of the world, so I would know how to make everything. So I can literally make any potion ever."
do you want to look through? Because it's going to be lost on me to see if there's anything
May I
that
look
we
at
might.
it? Can we look at it together? Maybe point out some of the interesting
Look at
ones?
it here.
Okay. I was afraid he'd be like, no, my dad wrote this for me. Don't let me. Okay, I'm gonna look through it. I'm gonna start.
I mean, at least that way, maybe we can find something that.
And you can see all his like notes. You can see Malik's notes, and you can see his dad telling him, "This makes this. Put this and this and this. If you think about these ingredients, this happens. If you do this, this happens." And you see a lot of "don't do this" is "don't do that. Don't think about this one. Don't do this one."
I'm gonna look at those ones like as I'm skimming through and see what they pertain to. Like, don't do these ones.
usually the don't do these ones are volatile. Like if they mix with anything else, it becomes really unstable and can probably end in death. You see one that literally has skull and crossbones all over it, like just little X's everywhere. Like this ingredient here kills you immediately.
I guess I'm just trying to look for anything that would.
Malik tells you, "Don't worry, I have a plan."
Can we hear your plan?
Nope. It'll work. I promise.
Fireball potions in the giant metal spheres.
That's a good plan.
That is a good plan. Don't worry. It'll work.
Work is to what degree? Work is to getting rid of the barbarians, or work is to impressing
All
the
of it.
dragon?
All of it.
And you don't want to share any little bit?
We gotta go here. It's 10 minutes. You can hear all the barbarians lining up.
I'm glad he looked at his digital.
Everybody's forming up. Yeah, he's like, 10 minutes, guys. Let's go. He has a potion of digital watchmaking.
Any one of those bitches. Well, we still don't have a plan.
You hear Warugrin rallying the troops. Tonight, we dine with Tempest.
I cheer.
Everyone's cheering except the doors, and the doors are in the back with the war machines.
I know you're excited, but can we please have at least some semblance of an idea?
We're going to kill them all.
We're gonna kill all the barbarians. What happens when we get to the dragon that wants to be impressed? Are they gonna be impressed that we killed all the barbarians?
Warugrin tells Kratos, Addy, Malik, Max, and Ulfgar, join me.
We still have our horses.
Oh yeah, you're
Okay, good.
yeah.
I want the horse. We paid a lot of money for those horses. We better keep
I need
them.
something
Yeah,
to
they're
curl.
all war steeds too, by the way. Like your horses are
Yeah.
Battle hardened.
yeah, they know
Okay.
what's up. Unless red dragons are breathing fire, then they're kind of nervous.
Well, I would be worried too. All right, well, let's get in line.
Most.
Everyone else was too, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Let's get in line.
25th level paladins are nervous. So.
Okay, so you guys take line in the front,
Mhm.
and everyone's on foot. Warugrin is on foot. He's walking. You guys are on your horses. Wolfgar's on his ram. And they're going to town.
Okay.
It's about 2 hours as you guys are riding, and Warugrin puts his hand up with his axe, and he does this. And if you can't see that, he waves his axe back and forth, and all the barbarians spread. You know, the war machines move up from the front, and you hear the doors are just cackling. This is gonna be great. And you notice that Malik pops off his horse and he runs to the master dwarf, the guy with the gray beard. He kind of, and the master dwarf kind of goes, oh. And you see Malik just hundreds and hundreds of red potions all over these things, just all over the place. And then you see him on the bottoms of them put a whole bunch of black potions, and they're securing these things. They're tying them off. The dwarves are going crazy, right? So these things look like disco balls with potions just dangling everywhere. And you see the master dwarf raise his hand, and he goes, "Let them have it, boys!" And the machines just, and they push them, and you just hear all the doors. Ah! They run, and as you see the peak, because it's dark, you guys got night vision, right?
Yeah.
Or dark night, not night vision.
Nope.
Dark vision.
I have all vision.
I don't believe I do.
Yeah.
No, I have normal.
Oh, I thought you
Dragons
Okay,
on
so
them.
as
I can see
they're
it.
coming, right? The doors stop right here. The machines free roll. I mean, they're rolling really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
They're, going over the bumps, and you see them kind of go down like a little hill, and you hear, and you hear just what sounds like a shitload of people, and you hear yelling, screaming, and then in the middle of the night you see, and it's just like a fucking nuke went off down there.
You made a hydrogen
and
bomb.
you hear screaming. You swear you've seen dragons flying out. And
I thought there were only white dragons.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you see, like, you know, like what looks to be bodies burning, and you hear screaming, yelling, and Wogren waves his axe back. The doors go back, form up, they get their shields out and everything, and they're getting ready. And you can hear them banging on their shields. You know, they're start talking. We are the Iron Dwarfs, and then fucking barbarians are poopers. And then in the background, you hear, and in front of you lands a huge silver dragon. And she shifts down and she says, hopefully we can be of assistance. And behind you, you hear, and just about 200 silver dragons land behind you, the whole contingent. And you see Warugren look at you guys and go, we win the day. And he yells, George! And everybody just takes off on him. What are you guys doing?
Ignite.
So as you guys run, the dragons lift up, and you can hear other dragons. You can actually see ice breath coming out, putting out fires. So you know there's other dragons flying around.
What do silvers breathe?
Breathe ice and paralyzing gas.
Ice and gas, yeah. I think it's still true in this,
yeah, I'm not sure what I
It's
think.
still, yeah.
I was making sure.
I think the way D&D works too is all dragons can breathe fire, except white dragons generally don't learn how to utilize it, so they just never do it. They just don't care.
Oh, okay.
But I think all of them technically can breathe
I think
fire.
it's below them.
Because they're
white dragons are like borderline psychotic, basically.
yeah. It's like a polar bear with wings that breathes fucking balls of ice at you.
Yeah.
Like,
so the battle begins, and you hear horns in the distance, down where the explosions were. You hear horns, and you hear, above all else, a guttural voice that tells all the barbarians from screaming, get in line and form up. And I mean, it's pretty loud.
Mm-hmm.
And Warugren gets a look in his eye like, that's daddy. And you hear everyone stop screaming down there. All the fires go out. And then you see in the night sky, you hear, and just hundreds of them. Get your D100s ready.
I hide under Addie. I pick her up. I use her as the shield for any incoming missiles.
So, as you guys are riding up, you hear over the top of your heads, and you just hear screaming behind you, and you hear like ice forming and screaming death. Everyone's still running. Nobody cares.
I'm going to the nearest fucking person I see. I want to cut him in half.
Okay, and then as you guys are getting closer to the hill, you can start to see torches light up. You can see banners, and you see a wall of white dragons. And I mean, it's half dragons, sorry. And it's just a huge wall of them. And what you thought
dragons, it probably makes it worse because they're probably smarter than white dragons normally.
What you thought was a nuclear weapon went off down there, which it did. You probably see about, I don't know, 12,000. What you think? White dragon.
1,000? God, we were really off on our numbers.
For Tempest.
I scream.
Okay. What are you doing, Eddie? Ulfgar is loving it.
Yeah.
Ulfgar is like, yes,
I have a dwarf
Actually,
boner.
where'd Malik go? When he after he gave the dwarves the thing.
Oh, he's next to you. He walked by you and said, "I told you I had a plan."
Okay. I want to make sure he was like not charging.
He's on max. He's
Okay,
with
good.
max.
Okay. I feel bad.
And you
now.
can see Max, like, he stops his horse
He lets everybody.
and stands up on his horse and just starts letting off arrows.
All right. I'll stay with my buddy Kratos because
I'm going to charge right into them, so
I
we're all
know.
going to die.
I know.
And you see probably the front two lines in front of Max just fall over. He's just wrecking shop.
Pays in big battles.
There's a hail of thorns. There's hail of
really
thorns
does, doesn't
coming
it?
down. I mean, you see, it looks.
Fuck it, I want in on this. I'm throwing javelins too. I want to.
So as you guys are meeting them, you hear Bernthar the Frozen, charge! And you see every white dragon that's in the front line lift their head back and go.
I want running into that.
Roll your deck saves. Because they're half dragons and shit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Shit, me too. 19.
20.
20 total. Okay, so since you guys are on your mounts, it's just a wave of ice breath. And you see Warugurin take his axe and put it down like this, and he just screams, Tempest! And as he's riding, it just kind of parts around him. Like he has no fear whatsoever. And Ulfgar's like, oh, and he gets right behind him.
Yeah.
You guys doing the same thing? So as you get behind him, you see like all the barbarians, like you hear
14 barbarians. We die. Just dead.
So you hear roughly about 600-700 people just got aced. Just
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then from the skies, you guys are almost there. They're starting to charge you now. Like they're blew their weapons. You guys in probably about 15 seconds are going to be in the heat of battle. From the skies, you see 2 silver dragons come down like this and just unleash hell on all that whole freaking line of dragons or half dragons. And when you thought their breath weapons were cool, these guys' breath weapons, way fucking cooler. Like the dragons, they're all adults. So it's
big.
It's nasty.
It doesn't matter whenever you might be immune to ice when there's adult silver dragons blowing it on you. It's just...
It's a little different. So you see another probably 500-600 of them just turn into icicles. Yeah, and they're getting ran over by their own people. They're just pushing the ice out of the way, and they're going.
They shatter.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
You can hear Bernthar in the back. George, Levathar is God.
Is God, or is God?
Is God.
Okay.
Fuck that. I'm following the big guy. I'm going towards him.
And so as you guys meet, you see Warugrin takes his axe and spins it. And I mean, he's running full speed, right? And he's just wailing it. And he just takes it and as he swings, you see about 10 half dragons just get cleaved right clean in half. Like it shouldn't have happened, but it did. And his weapon is completely clean. No blood, no nothing.
Cool keen
Not
weapon.
a dent, not a nothing. And he made it look like it was just going through butter. And he's just screaming Tempest. He's covered in blood. Weapon, not so much. And you see like the half dragons around him kind of make a little room, let him get deeper. Roll a D100 out.
72.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Six.
So, Al, you're like, you come right in behind him with your flaming
Tempest
great
got
sword.
my blade.
Yeah, and you just start
I'm just going
hacking,
fucking Conan.
and there's body parts flying. Half dragons are screaming. They're trying to poke at you. You know, you're getting nicked, but you're just rage monstered, so you don't really care.
I'm just
And
like,
you're behind him with your shield up, and like you're taking him out slowly. Wolfgar comes in like a fucking hurricane on his ram. You see half dragons flying over his ram, and as they're flying over, he ding, 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 just like the guy, the pig rider in Lord of the Rings, where he's got the hammer and he's just ding, ding.
That dude was a badass.
Yeah,
That's
and
my favorite dwarf.
you see, as you guys start pushing in, you hear in the back, Bernthar yells, "Advance left!" And this entire side of the half dragons just completely give way to you and come around like this. They just whoop, whoop,
Flank.
and they get like, now they're like this. They're staggered, right? So they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
And as the rest of the barbarians meet, they have to kind of circle in.
Reshift and then we're
And then
slang.
Bernthar says, "Cavalry, now!" And you see a bunch of white half dragons on little dragons riding right at you. There's probably,
Go.
I'd say 200 of
Come
them.
at me, bra. Is that what we're gonna
That's
say?
exactly it.
For 200?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
I have Hunter's Mark and throw it on top of them, so maybe the silvers go.
You can, Max is still in the back, just letting off arrows. The silvers are starting to fight the whites that are in the sky. You can see frost breath coming down. You don't know if it's good or bad.
Well, looks like I'm charging a half dragon that's on a baby dragon.
Yeah, you guys they're charging right at you. You're charging right at them.
Yeah.
Lord Ugrin is not even flinched. "You foul beasts will be sent to the abyss." And he just takes his axe and goes, and just literally right through the dragon and the guy, the rider, just dunk. And then he raises his hand and says, "Letun tostito." And his axe appears right back in his hand, and he just keeps running.
I'm just gonna keep hitting things with my.
And I will never repeat that word again, so you'll just have to go with it now. Every time I say it's in his hand, I said that word first. Recall. Recall.
I'm gonna keep attacking things.
So you guys are going.
Watching my
Fuck
immediate.
yeah. I want to kill a white dragon, baby.
As you guys are coming up to him,
Real over there.
Wolfgar's riding on his ram still. He will not get off it. He's just riding it.
Real one.
Yeah, he's like, ah. And you see Max somehow catches up to you, works his way through all the white dragons. Malik's on the back just tossing bomb potions at people.
Good.
I mean, it's not like killing anyone, but it's doing enough damage to.
Explosions are pretty
Yeah.
unusual.
And as he comes up behind you, Max pulls back right through one of the little baby dragon's head, drops it, then another arrow into the neck of the rider before he falls. And roll D100, Al. You too, Eddie.
$53.
60.
Okay, so you guys, there's two running at you guys, and they're trying to surround you basically.
Mhm.
The one that comes at you, he has a spear. He takes it, drives it at you, misses. You just whoop, cut him right in half, and then come right down on the dragon, dead. You take your shield, bash the spear out of the way, stab the dragon in the head, or we'll boom, and then boom.
It'd be pretty funny if you carried a dagger and just shanked it.
And this whole time, you
Like
guys,
a fucking prison shiv.
right? You guys get the feeling like we shouldn't be doing this much. Like we shouldn't be smoking these guys.
I've never hit somebody really hard with my mace, so it's shocking.
And you notice, like when Malik looks at War Ugrin, he kind of sees like an aura, and you guys can start to see it. Like there's something special about War Ugrin. Like it was almost like he was meant to be right here, right now.
I'm just gonna keep killing bitches then.
Yeah. I mean, and he's, he's whacking riders off, just destroying them, throwing his axe, cutting people in half, calling it back. And then you see Silvertail, and you can tell because her tail is literally the shiniest thing you've ever seen. Just grabbing riders and just boop. See you later.
Amazing how it works too.
Yeah.
Because dragons just come down, pick you up, and then they drop you. They don't even need to do anything.
She's literally just doing flybys, grabbing people. Just boop.
I just dropped you 8 stories. Guess who's not living through this?
And then as you guys progress, let's see.
Is my shield sharp enough to go like this and slice somebody's head off if I'm running
You
really fast?
You probably are doing that.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're holding it out to the side, you're probably
cutting people's heads off.
Yeah, it's bloody. Like it's war.
I love it.
Yeah, it's war. And you can see like Kratos is just
My God,
I'm taking bites out of people.
Ulfgar is just loving every second of it. He's
My God,
laughing.
isn't upset. She's happy.
He's like, it's just the greatest thing ever. Boom, boom, yes. And you feel the same way, Patty. Like you feel like yes, and it's just
Your God's like,
yeah.
God,
No, my God's fine. My Goddess is fine. She's like warring.
It's just
like,
the presence. Even Malik, you can see like he seems to have forgotten all the bad, and he seems like yes. You see an adult white dragon come and just right in front of Warrengar. Warugrin.
What's the warring?
Warugrin stops and looks at it, and he for Tempest, and he throws his axe, and it literally just kind of goes boom, boom, and he calls it back, and he throws it again, and it's still doing the same thing. And I mean, it's hurting the dragon, but the dragon's just looking at him, and its tail whipping the shit out of people behind it. By this time, the sprawling melee's happening around you. You can hear barbarians yelling. You can hear white dragons breathing. People are dying like crazy. This adult white raises its head back and goes. And when it does that, you see a little potion come flying out right over your guys' head, right as it's about to breathe, right? And when it goes to breathe its ice, there's just fire all down its throat. And you can see this adult white dragon like, and then Warugrin jumps and just yells Tempest and
shatters the head.
And its head just
yes,
and it's spewing fire.
That's awesome.
Did you see that video? The new video?
Yeah.
The people with a lighter in the car.
No.
I don't know if they were pumping gas or something.
What?
And the guy's in the back seat and he picks up a lighter. And he's like, and he lights it. Whole car bursts into flames. You can see it erupt out of his hair and the person he's with. I think they said that it was done at a gas station after they were done pumping their gas. Somebody thought it was funny. I don't know why the fuck he lit a lighter. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'll show you the video after
That's
this.
why I always like the people that smoke like near the pumps.
Yeah.
You guys are dumb.
Yeah. You're pumping gas.
So as this is going on, you guys hear behind you 2 more adult white dragons land. And another one. And they're starting to surround you. And then you hear behind them, not so fast. And Silvertail lands and just lets out the most terrifying roar. And you guys don't feel anything, but the adult white dragons are like, and they start to bow a little bit. And she says, you should hurry home. And they all just, they leave. And Silvertail bows and then flies off. And you can hear that whole melee going on up there. Like it's just gruesome. You're seeing dragons falling. You see
Blood and
dragons
gore
falling
falling out of the sky.
It's
Yeah.
gonna rain
You see
blood.
silvers falling. You see whites falling. And as you're doing this, as this is all happening,
I figured it was better to mention Silvertail and not the black. Just saying.
Yeah.
The black it probably would have been.
yeah, I don't think
I don't know if he would have
Black
even
Death
done
probably wouldn't have cared about anybody. So Like, yeah, we won. Everyone's dead. We still won.
Who's alive?
Sorry,
This guy.
We won. So as you're doing this,
philosophical debate with a black dragon.
right, as all the snow clears from the dragons leaving and flying and everything that's happening, you kind of see the silhouette of a half dragon that's about 8.5 feet tall. And he's just huge. And he's very unlike the other half dragons that have like jagged spines.
Mhm.
He's smooth, just completely smooth. And he almost looks reptilian versus a white dragon. And he looks at Warugrin and says, my son, you've grown into quite the warrior. Show me what you've learned. And he pulls out a frozen axe. It's just the blade's all covered in ice. And he just starts running right at Warugrin.
It's Frost Reaver.
And they're in this epic battle. Just
I'm not gonna
and
interfere. I mean,
you all get the feeling of, well, we can't interfere with this shit. So you guys go on killing half dragon after half dragon.
yeah, I'll do my best to whether we're on the horses or what have you, to ride around the melee to keep anything out of it.
It looks kind of even right now. Like you got a feeling like if it wasn't for the silver showing up, you guys would all be dead already. But since they're here, they've kind of evened the odds, especially Silvertail. So as you guys are sitting there fighting, they're duking it out. I mean, it's an epic brawl. There's times when Bernthar looks like he's about to win, and then Warugrin will roll out of the way, call his axe back. You notice that when Bernthar has a command word as well, and when he swings his axe, an ice, like almost like an ice mist, comes out of it, and it looks pretty deadly. He's actually hit Warugrin a couple times with it, and you can see where I went limp again. Personal problem. I need a pill. But you can see where he's hit him. It's just frozen skin, like almost frostbitten. And it's looking, pretty even right now. Bernthar's got some cuts on him. They're pretty deep. They're going back and forth. As you guys are witnessing all this, you are now surrounded by half dragons.
Oh.
They've done the whole circle. And they're encroaching on your area. And as they're encroaching, you hear in the back, "We are the Iron Dwarves." And the half dragons all look like, what? And you see just dwarves with these massive shields just run and just push them right out of the fucking way. God damn this thing. And it's just, and they're pushing them.
Are they like big tower shield type sides?
And they basically, out of the 500 dwarves that are there, they kind of form a half circle around you guys, and they're telling you, "Don't worry about these lucks, we got them." And they all like plant almost like a phalanx style, and you can tell that there ain't nothing getting to your back with those guys there. And Ulfgar's just laughing maniacally. "Let them come. I need something to kill." And as you're watching this melee go down, it seems like you guys might be winning now. Like there's more and more barbarians, human barbarians showing up versus white half dragons. Mm-hmm. And then you hear somebody say something. And you see a guy in all white robes. He's an elf, very pale skin, white hair,
And I don't want
crystal blue eyes. And he's walking, just calm as could be. And he walks right over to you guys. Doesn't even pay attention to Bernthar or Warugrin. And he says, "You all must be the adventurers. The party that I've been expecting.
I'm raging, so it's probably best that you talk.
Thanks for the heads up. We are.
You've done quite a number to my clan. My puppets.
What? Well,
What brings you here?
we came here to talk to you.
What would I have to talk with you?
With the
Yeah,
bottom?
with you.
With
Yeah, he's crazy. Makes sense in his head.
Banana.
We need to talk about Eldrazi.
Eldrazi. I don't know this name. Am I supposed to know this name?
I would have assumed you did. Most of the other dragons we've been talking to have.
Other dragons? Like who?
I kind of look up at the silvers.
The
Silvers.
silvers?
Mm-hmm.
And
You
the
mean-
blacks as well.
Which black dragons?
How do you say his name?
Floragamanthar.
Yeah, the name will never
Black
ever
Death.
be able
Yeah,
to
the Black
pronounce.
Death.
You.
I read it intentionally outside of gaming to try and remember it. I mean, I remember it. I couldn't
can't-
spit it
yeah.
out.
You talked to the Black Death.
And gained him as an ally.
An ally.
Yeah, join the cause.
And that is
Do
what we
not
seek of you.
take kindly to liars.
We're not liars. Obviously, the silver is here with us.
Silvers are good dragons. The Black Death would never trust you.
You trust Eldrazi.
is all
I do not
colors
know
and none.
Eldrazi. Nor do I care.
What's Eldrazi's parents' name?
Oh, shit. We were hold on.
He won't know their parents' name either. He
Okay.
doesn't know of the Kieran Borns.
Kieranborn would be the best way to go with it.
You notice that he's looking at you, Kratos, and he's looking at your scales. And he sees your totem and everything, and it's kind of throwing him off a little bit.
Eldrazi speaks for all dragons.
Kissick speaks for all dragons. It is Kissick who we follow.
It's such a bad idea. Great word.
And you see, you kind of out of the corner of your eye, you see Malik just diddling, like he's doing something crazy over there.
Kissick is a fool and will fall before Eldrazi.
You've never seen Kissick.
Yes, we have.
You've met Kissick.
Mm-hmm.
He let you live.
Yeah, twice actually.
Maybe he's truly become overconfident.
Or senile.
Do you understand what Kissick is capable of? He is the strongest red dragon that has ever lived.
And yet we have met him
Twice.
and lived to tell the tale.
Because he wanted you to live.
The ambush he set with several dozen of his adult worms says otherwise. But we escaped that as well.
And about this time, Silvertail lands and shifts. And she's standing beside you guys. And he doesn't even flinch. Like he's whatever. And the melee's still going on. Like
Ching, 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 ching.
you can hear screaming. The Bernthar and Woogren fight still happening. I ask you to take your barbarians and leave. This is my only warning. kill everyone here now.
I'll look over at Silvertail to see if what she's even reacting to.
She's kind of like, yeah, you probably could. And you see Malik. He's got a bigger potion. So it's about, yay big. And it's like bubbling. And you can see him like,
I'm going to take a step back as I'm speaking.
and you see Max like look, and Max takes the potion, ties it to an arrow, and goes. And as he does this, Levanthar looks and smiles, and it hits him. And when it hits him, it's like a just disgusting puddle of, and it wipes over him, and it starts to burn his face like clean off. I mean, and you can see him. He's like, and he just lets out the most guttural roar you've ever heard, and starts to shift. And as he shifts, I mean, he's a giant white dragon. Obviously, he's much bigger than Silvertail, and he's, and his face is still burning off. Like that stuff is still eaten. And he shakes his head and he says, "What have you done?" And Malik just says, That's for my dad. You big blue piece of shit." He'd be white, but
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
and
No.
you can kind of see Levanthar like shaking his
It's still
head.
burning out.
Oh yeah, it's like eating his.
It's not like slipping off.
No,
when
it's
she's
like
cutting
just bubbling right through his face. It's eating his jaw off,
Like the slime you used to be able to buy in the quarter machines.
and you can kind of tell like if he doesn't do something, his head's gonna fall right off. Like it's eating him away. And you see Malik hold up another potion, and he says, "I tell you what, I got the cure right here. But I could just let you die." And you kind of see Levanthar, "Give it to me."
You have to make a choice.
And he goes to breathe, and you can see his, and it's not happening. Like
Performance issues.
right? Yeah.
Everybody
All the
has
time. And you can kind of see Silvertail look at Malik, and then looks and just like she's never seen anything like that before.
You have your options.
Make it now, or your head's probably gonna fall off.
And like it's into his teeth. You can see his teeth fading away, and his jaw is starting to stag.
I don't think he has long.
And he's all right. And he bows, like he just goes right down on his head on the ice. Hurry.
Nod towards Malik.
And Malik slowly walks over. And he kind of gets down, and Malik tells him, "I don't have to do this, but I will." And he goes, and he breaks that, and it washes away whatever was on his face, and his face is fully healed. And he snaps up, and he shifts back down, and he says, "I have no idea what that was, but you are no longer welcome here. Tell Eldrazi to send a messenger. The whites will fight." And all the dragons, and everybody leaves except Bernthar and War Ugrin.
They're still fighting.
Oh yeah, they're still going at it. Like they're pretty beat up now. Like it's.
We need some popcorn or something for the rest of the battle. I mean, I'm not really sure what else we can do.
It doesn't look like it's going to last much longer.
Well, good.
If everybody, I'll stand off to the side. And I mean, I imagine because there's body parts and shit just laying everywhere. I will pick up one of the shields and stand there and do the same thing the dwarfs do, and just stand on the outskirt of the fight and keep slamming my.
All the half dragons are.
Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine. I mean,
they're
yeah,
still
I mean standing there in front of those two,
the iron doors.
and I'll just keep slamming the.
Is Ulfgar over there doing that too?
No,
That'd be
Ulfgar's on
cute.
his ram. Like,
No, I'm just standing on the outside of the fight itself and doing it.
and you can kind of see like Malik has tears coming down again,
I will stand next to him because I like Malik. I'm gonna keep him.
and you hear Max tell him, "Your father would be proud of you, Malik."
The soft things are lost on me.
I know.
I'm just going to stand here,
Not on me. You
Not
hit
to
your
the-
fucking shield.
keep a pace going.
Warugren is this whole time been screaming to Tempest, and you see his father come down with his ice axe this one time, and Warugren grabs his hand just and says, "Enough, father. We don't need to kill each other." And you kind of see his father drive down, and Warugren falls down onto a knee, and he's getting pushed down, and Warugren's begging his father, "Stop. We do not need to kill each other." And his father just keeps going. Like, you can see like all senses have left his father. And as he gets down like this, you see Warugren take his axe and throws it around him and then calls it back. And as he calls it back, it comes right through Bernthar. Just, and you can kind of see his father start to go limp, and tears are just pouring down Warugren's face. And he takes his father, lays him down. And what's really weird about this is your totem gets really bright, and you can see Bernthar's spirit coming up and goes to your totem. Like, you can feel his spirit enter your totem. Not the half dragon, but his father. And when that happens, you eyes roll in your head, and an image of Warrengar's, oh God, I keep fucking these names up. Warugren's father appears at his old self. And you're doing the whole
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. And Warugren's on his knees holding the half dragon in tears, and the image that you're projecting right now grabs him by his shoulder, and you kind of see Warugren look up and just tears, and he says, "Father, how is this possible?" And his father, just all he says is, "I am so sorry, my son. I have failed you." And he hands him a pouch filled with something you'll probably never know. I just did the camera thing again. Okay. But he hands him a pouch, which is really weird because it's another physical object, much like, and you can see Silvertail like looking at you, like you can't, but everyone else can. And she's like,
"Get him away. He has a disease."
yeah, it's like,
That's not normal.
what's really interesting about it is the fact that it's able to pass physical objects out of wherever they are. So the more Warugren takes it, and you can just see him just trembling. And he ties the patch up, raises his axe, and says, "Tempest." How about
There
timing,
you go.
right?
Yeah, thunder.
Raises his axe, and all the barbarians, "Tempest." And the doors are still, "We are the iron doors."
Egos on those guys.
Yeah.
Big egos.
Yeah. And so spirit enters back into the totem. You pop up. You're like,
He's like, "Did I get it?"
Warugren is done. Out with the battle rage, it's calming down. Everyone's thrilled with battle. Warugren walks right to you and says, "I do not know what that totem is, but the clans of the north are yours. They are no longer mine. And he gets on his knee, and all the barbarians get on their knees.
I saw my sword on fire, and I just scream and raise the sword up.
They all jump up. Tempest! Kratos! Kratos! Even Borugrin. And Eldrazi shows up.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Ignite.
And Borugrin looks at him like, and Silvertail bows.
Well, I
About
guess
Eldrazi as usual.
I'm not going to bow fully to it.
No.
I,
we don't ever
no, I
go
just mean
fully,
because
no.
the barbarians just said,
That you're a leader.
yeah, that I'm the leader, so I don't want to just drop to a knee. But I'll definitely
We do that.
incline.
No worries. We are on a different level now. I just got done talking with Lovathar. He said send a messenger, so I sent myself. I figured, what kind of messenger would I send? Me. He seemed quite upset. Still, I think he's got a little bit of an ego.
About that big.
Yeah.
You know.
His pride is wounded, and our halfling friend here did quite
quite a
lot of the wounding.
And you see Eldrazi look, and he says, "Oh, that is a nice belt you have, young Malik. I don't remember seeing that last time we talked." Yeah. And you see Eldrazi get on a knee, and he's basically lowers his head to Malik, and he says, "I am very sorry for your loss, young Master Leatherbottom. I hope that I can repay you in any way possible. You let me know, and it will be done." And he stands back up. And an arrow flies out of the sky, hits Malik right in the neck. Boom.
Don't
George
do it to
R.
my
R.
Malik.
Martin.
Don't do it to my Malik. He's coming with me. He's
And
my new
and
friend.
a little kid dressed up as a crow nods to you
Right.
sagely,
Sagely
and you
nods.
watch him die.
Motherfucker.
Full circle.
Yeah, dude, you didn't need to shoot Ygritte in the back.
So this is very good news. However, with all good news comes bad news. You will remember me talking to you about Ferlinastus, the leader of the Black Dragons, or Shadow Dragons, that you had a encounter with.
Squabble.
Did you have another encounter with him?
Briefly,
Yeah.
just for a moment,
Mhm.
though he did have his group decimate an entire town.
Yes. He's
Sadistic.
he's not one we're going to recruit. He's one we are going to kill.
Oh.
Shadow dragons shouldn't be dragons. They are born of darkness, and that is it. Puppets of Kisik, risen from the abyss, they are no need. They will never serve, they will never do any good. Your next mission, if you choose to accept, I ask for you to eliminate Ferlinastus.
Where do we begin with that?
Well,
Something.
he's going to hunt you
We're aware.
wherever you go.
Fair enough.
However, the Shadow Dragons, well, they're on a different plane. And they choose to come here ever so often to hunt, to kill, as you well know. I suggest you make your way back to Luskin. Get out of this wretched cold. No offense to anyone here. But there will be someone waiting for you in Luskin with further instruction.
Okay.
It bears worth repeating that once Malik was kind enough to save Leventhar, or heal, as it were, that he was quite hasty to join your cause. He did inform us that he had already been recruited by the Red.
Leventhar.
Initially,
All the dragons that you have recruited so far, besides Miss Silvertail, work for Kissick currently. The Black Death, remember, he told you that Kissick was in charge, but he did not like Kissick, and we used that to get him. Leventhar doesn't like anyone, but Kissick is bigger than him. But big things come in small packages, as we all have learned. So he works for us now. Only willingly. That is the difference. My leadership is not, you will obey me. My leadership is, we will do good. We will live free. We will fly the skies without worry. We do not need to strike fear in anything but evil, not the good folk. Leventhar will come around to this. I know. Now, good news. Good news, everyone. I happened to come across the town of 10 towns. And I've noticed there were a lot of people dead.
99.9% of the population, I think.
Tyr, if you would. And as he says that, Tyr comes out from behind Eldrazi. And Malik just in tears. And the town of 10 towns is now completely saved. He basically, Eldrazi went in and went all God mode.
Yay.
He resurrected the town and he brought Tyr back. And you hear Tyr, hey boy, if you only seen what I have seen, I tell you, don't go collapsing caves on yourself. Ulfgar
you know how when you step on a caterpillar's head and everything comes out the other end?
Ulfgar kind of, yeah. And all the doors, yeah. And then they have their family embrace. Eldrazi says, make your way to Luskin. My informant will be there. Do you happen to remember where you left my flying carriage?
Smashed into oblivion.
Yeah. That coachman was not very
He
good.
jumped out.
He hit the button and he
Why did
jumped.
he jump?
He hit the button and he jumped.
I don't know. He panicked.
What button?
There's a button. Didn't he hit
There
a
were
button?
several buttons.
He hit a lot of buttons.
Did he hit the lever?
Maybe
There
it
was
was
a
a
Him to
lever
hit
as
the
well.
lever once, and then hit it again, and the cart will land.
Oh no, he totally hit
We
it and jumped.
stopped above the ground, but he had jumped at about
Several hundred feet higher than we were.
800 feet
Yeah.
or
about.
so.
So did it? It should have stopped and landed nice.
Maybe it is fine. Maybe it is fine. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
It was traumatic.
It was a very traumatic experience for all of us, actually. Just,
Maybe I should work on my instructions.
I mean, that seems pretty simple. Lever once, lever again.
I thought so too, but apparently,
I mean,
No,
maybe I
he
need to find better pilots.
maybe.
I will work on finding it.
because that was a really great way of traveling.
Yeah, I wish to thank you all for everything that you're doing. And it is a wonderful thing. And I hope you realize just how good and important this is.
You're
And with that, enjoy the rest of your evening. And he just whoop. Tyr, Malik are there. All the barbarians are still cheering.
We almost adopted a little halfling, so be glad that his dad's alive. FYI.
Malik's telling Tyr about what he did. In tears, I thought I told you never to use that, ever.
He saved the day. No, he saved everything.
You saved all of
You
us.
don't understand.
You saved every one of us.
That potion. But you don't understand what that potion does. You don't get it.
I bet you I do.
What?
Great worm, black dragon, breath.
No.
Oh, fuck it. I'm wrong.
It doesn't. It's not. It looks like it was burning his face off, right? It's
Yeah.
not what it was doing.
What was it
sending
doing?
To another plane.
Well, he didn't realize that quick enough.
It's much like a bag of holding. Like you got that little bag right there.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
much like that. When you reach in there, whatever you store in there is just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Do you know what can happen with something like that?
Black holes.
Yeah. What if the dragon's head falls on the ground? That stuff ain't going to stop. Now it's on the ground. It's just going to keep eating stuff. Going to keep getting bigger.
It was a necessary evil for the moment.
He
It was
saved us.
It was awfully dangerous.
He saved us.
He looks at Malik and he kind of rubs his head. What? You
Yellow.
wouldn't be a leather bottom if you didn't do stupid shit every once in a while. Proud of you, boy. Love you. So what are you guys doing?
We have to start.
Logan is just standing there. They're all the barbarians are waiting.
There will be a time very soon where we will all need your aid. While truly honored to be given or have earned such a gift as to return with you as your chieftain, I must ask for you to rule in my stead.
All the barbarians cheer. Warungar. Warungar.
I start cheering it as well.
Okay. And he bows to you and he says, on your return, it is yours.
I'll bow to him and allow it to pass as that.
Okay.
Inside, you're like a 5-year-old girl. I got a
Yeah.
Barbie.
What are you guys doing? Barbarians are all marching back, talking.
Are the
laughing.
dwarves leave? Have they parted their
Oh,
ways?
yeah, the dwarves are going right with
Okay.
them.
Do we lose Ulfgar or is he back with us?
With you guys
I'm just
still.
saying, I'm making sure because you never know with Ulfgar. All right, we better start back there.
No time like the present.
I want
So
to
you
hug
guys-
Malkabai because I miss him.
Oh, you guys are riding back with them. They're going back
Oh,
to
they're
10
going back.
towns
Okay, great.
because, Tyr's telling Malik, everyone's back. Everyone's back. All them people. I think that the Eldrazi guy.
I think some gods owe Eldrazi some favors. If
A lot of
he's
favors if he's bringing whole towns.
Well, see, and the thing is Eldrazi wants to be the protector of Faerun. He wants dragons to be that. So he has to set the example, and he knows that now. And this is probably going to happen more and more, where it's going to get a little bit more dark because it has to. But yeah, don't worry. There's plans. Kissick ain't no fucking joke, man. He's going to be a face wrecker.
How far is Luskin from 10 towns?
Oh, it's
It was weeks, right?
probably like a week and a half ride, I think.
So probably,
Especially in this terrain and stuff like that.
we'll probably have to go to 10 towns, rest for like the evening, and then head out first thing to Luskin.
Yeah, so you guys are riding. You come up to 10 towns, and this time you see guards. They're walking. You see fire. You see lights. You hear the bustle and rustle of a town. I mean, a small town, but
Right.
a town. You get up there to the gate. The guard says, "Ho, Malik, Tyr, you've returned, and you brought friends. Great, come in. Everyone, come in."
She's gonna suffocate the cat.
Yeah, I was like,
The cat's over
somebody's gonna die.
The cat's over there. I'm cold. Just chilly.
But
We're going.
Going in. Gonna join, I guess. I mean, they're
They're-
celebrating, obviously,
yeah,
because
they're
we're alive.
like you could tell,
Alive.
big bonfire.
A while ago.
There's signs. Celebrate life. We have been resurrected. But everyone's
Real Catholics can't
having
be-
a good
Wait,
time.
no, sorry. Different.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah, different.
The governor or well, whatever
Governor.
governor.
Got one eye.
Yeah, he's there.
Fucking gun, which makes him the governor.
You know, the leader of the town. He's there. He's like, come join us, have a drink. Ulfgar's, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard this town say.
Hey, was that your daddy?
Of course, the town didn't really say anything.
Therefore, it's the smartest thing I've ever heard him say. God, lady.
Was that your dad? Back there.
The dwarf.
Was, no.
What, are you just carved from stone or something? Is that how?
There's a story about us dwarves.
There's a story about elves too.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about everybody.
Let's leave it at that.
I'm just saying, you
It
guys.
gets really uncomfortable. Like,
Papa Ulfgar wouldn't like how you're acting like right now.
Papa Ulfgar.
Papa, you.
Hey, Papa Ulfgar. Don't like that.
Papa, you.
Don't have us say Papa Ulfgar again, lady. It's my name on the streets of Roscoe.
Streets and the
It's a
sheets.
stage name.
yeah. So he just gets kind of like, no. And he just walks. He walks off and gets a grog, grabs the closest grog and just walks.
Maybe this is his wife or something. I don't know. Are they look different?
I can still hear you, lady. Just quit wondering. Max goes off with Malik and Tyr. Malik is talking to Max. Tyr, you can see Tyr shaking Max's hand, saying thank you, basically. What are you guys doing? Just enjoying the night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I figure after killing a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah,
people,
you
you're
guys
probably
are gonna
fairly well spent.
Enjoy the festivities.
Mhm.
I mean, they got, big, there's a lake. I forget the name of the lake that's there, but there's a big lake and they catch huge, basically trout out of there. And that's what they make the scrimshaw out of. So they're having a big cookout.
Whale trout.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I forget what the
trout.
fish is called, but they basically, that's where they get the scrimshaw bones and all that from. And they're having a huge cookout. Like,
Oh, yes.
really big
That's
fish.
what I'm
Because
going.
they've all resurrected. That's
Yeah,
the reason
literally,
for
like
that.
they know what happened. Eldrazi explained it to them all.
Just remember, you're alive because of me.
I'm not saying that means anything, but
And you notice that, like, when you're there, you notice there's a like a stone monument thing, like a totem almost, and it's a gold dragon on it.
is that there
I'm gonna
before?
go up and look.
No, it wasn't there before. Ah, I see. You see our that guy, the guy that saved us, Eldrazi.
Eldrazi?
He left this for us, and he said we are now under his protection.
Oh, it's very nice.
And you hear
It's a good place to be.
outside the gates. And then you see about 3 or 4 elves walk in. And they have like long silver hair, and their eyes are silver. Hello. And they say, Kratos, Addy, it's good to see you.
I'll approach him.
Yeah.
And they go off and join in the festivities. Your totems are glowing, your
Mm-hmm.
stone's warm. Like they're silver dragons. And they go on and he's telling you, he's like, yeah, and he left these guys. They're kind of weird though. They go out there and disappear and then they come back. It's really strange. Not really sure what they are, but apparently they're here to protect us.
They are.
Yeah. Then they'll do their job at it.
I trust that guy. He's a really good guy.
He is.
And
That
you
he
can kind of
is.
see his eyes are like blazed. And he's doing like the, his eyes are
When he looked up, you know.
googly eyed. Enjoy yourself. Have fun in the festivities. That's all I got for tonight.
I was gonna say I do make a before going to sleep and all that stuff, make certain to give a prayer of thanks to Tempest.
Well, okay, so when you go to prayer,
Mhm.
you go into your totem, and Tempest is literally there. Like your god is standing there in front of you.
I do not look at him. I completely have myself.
And he tells you, don't you bow to me.
Don't you push that ball?
Simon, don't push that ball. Don't push that ball. Great. Now we got to go to the bull store. He says, don't bow to me. What you have done in my name is amazing. I couldn't be more proud to have you as a follower.
I don't know how to respond.
Tempest Ura. Tempest Ura.
That's the problem is, I mean, I can't help but think that part of it is like that, you know, like
That's basically he's
I mean,
War.
like it's God of War. It's not.
He's not gonna care. Like he wants you to be a fucking raving maniac, basically. Wait, you took an axe to the chest? Good.
Good
Good job. Come on in.
Win.
Come into the halls of Tempest and have a drink.
Yeah,
Lose, it's easy.
You're dead, you lose, whatever.
Yeah, if
Get
you're,
over it,
if
come
you're
back.
dead, if you die with an axe in your chest, come on in.
Died like a man.
That's right. You didn't back away. That's good.
You didn't die in a hospital bed somewhere, bro. It's good.
So he thanks you. You thank
I
you.
do. I will do the fucking Spartan.
Yeah. Yeah. So he does it with you. Well, only when he does it, it's like
A god doing it.
really loud.
Yeah.
And basically you're
Does he show up as a dragonborn to me, like
nope.
in form, or is he human?
He's a
I just wasn't sure how the gods did it in
he's,
Faerun. I don't.
well, he can do whatever he wants, basically, but he's
His
normal Tempest. What are you doing?
I'll, of course, thank my lovely goddess.
She says, you fought very bravely. Let me impart something to you. That shield you have, it's a key.
to my heart.
Do you know this?
A key to something, but I don't know to what.
Well, let me tell you. It is a key to a tome. A very, very ancient tome. This tome is far to the south. One day, when you are close to it, I will tell you where it is.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Excellent. We need to go south where it's warm and there's a tome for me.
I hear that it gets just as cold down south as it does in the north.
Well, it depends how far south you go.
I don't know. I've never been there.
I'm just saying.
And so am I.
Mhm.
Don't mix my words.
Don't mix my words. Why do you guys? What?
So you,
This conversation doesn't even make sense. What the fuck is happening?
so you guys are sitting there, Wolfgar's joining in the party with everybody, getting hammered.
He's drunk. Yeah, we're good.
Axis with Malik and Tyr. And they're doing whatever the hell they're doing in their fake home. But
I'm eating a lot of fish.
oh yeah, like everybody's partaking in the festivities, and that's it. Next time we gotta work our way towards Luskin. And hopefully
Did the
2
for the
weeks.
evening? Did the barbarians follow us? Did they come to the town, or did they just go back to their
Nope, they went
town?
back because he told them to. Like you Lord Ugrin said we're going back to the tribes, and
Really, it's not like
all
I
the
think
white
one-
half dragons
Mhm.
are gone. They're with Leventhar because they'll follow him. Basically, you guys recruited a whole shitload of white half dragons and white dragons.
And barbarians.
Oh yeah, and they were barbarians. You're gonna need them.
Oh,
we need to get the old school. Did you guys ever play Birthright,
mm-mm.
the D&D game, second edition? It was made so that you were royalty. Your characters were royalty, and you had armies that you would fight. So you would have your normal combat and stuff like this, but then you had it was actually it was a card building or a deck
Oh,
building
okay.
type setup, even though it was a normal D&D box set. But you would set out a mat and you would be like, okay, well, here's, my military, here's your military, you have so many cards. And then you'd flip them and put them in specific spots and be like, okay, well, you played a higher card than me. So this group routs this group and these 10 soldiers are dead. And then you put the card off to the side. And it was neat for big battles. We only played it a handful of times was the problem. But it was really cool. I liked how it went.
That's a neat idea, actually. I like that.
It made it to the giant battles. You could be like, yeah, here's 1,000 guys, done. Or
does it work for 12,000? You know how to.
I would imagine at a 0 or 2.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the not rolling D20s or anything, but
It's
Ew.
mega
story
battles.
is fun. You don't always need to roll d20s.
That's right.
Correctamundo.
Correcto mundo. All right, everyone.
Our schedule next week is just War of Darkness on Saturday, I think.
Right.
Correct.
So next week, no riffs on Friday because we're going to start doing that every other Friday now. Right.
It may not be every other Friday. It may be 2 Fridays off one, 2 Fridays off one.
Okay, well, that'll work too. So if we do 2 Fridays, so next Friday's off, and then World of Darkness on Saturday, where you Sam and Dean.
Shit, yes.
Hopefully, we don't get to eat any more turds.
Some of us ate turds.
So that's true. Some of us that were dumb enough.
Some of us
"Oh, I'm a
double
crocodile.
botched."
I'm an alligator. I'll jump right in the turd pond.
Whatever.
Dumb.
What
You still have a brain in there.
Then
But,
you double launch, and it just ended poorly.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Those who watched and those that are gonna watch, and
Chrome is watching.
hopefully,
Niece is watching.
next
Hello,
time-
guys.
Hello, guys. We'll have another player here soon. Right.
And that player could be you.
That's right. And that player, the other player, because there's 2 NPCs that I play, in case you didn't know, Max and Ulfgar, that need replacing. No matter how much you guys like Ulfgar.
Listen, if you wanna play the game along with us, even if you are not actually role playing, you can sit here and know when we have to drink.
you can drink with
This
us.
can be a drinking game
Right.
for you lonely.
Well, they have that
bastards.
drinking quest. We could just turn this into a giant drinking
Yeah.
quest. I'm fine with that.
I've got no issue.
All right. So thank you again for joining us. This is Game Night with Geeks. Geeks and Geeklets presents Game Night with Geeks, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And see you guys next time. Love you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.